Alex Pereira is quitting. He's not, but we thought he was. I'm going to be breaking down this week's news in MMA so that you can find all your news in one spot. I went to like a bunch of different places to find all the news, and now it's all right here for you. All right? I'm being a good old guy, good old dude. Also, I've decided I'm recording. I'm a little bit sick. I'm not missing UFC 315, though, so I decided if I'm feeling better tomorrow or on Friday, I'm going to do the breakdown of the card then because I don't feel that good. Let's start with this. We're going to start from last week, May 1st, and then lead up into news that happened today, such as Alex Pereira's Twitter allegedly being hacked. Had to cut there. We're back. I think I was going to go into what happened last week. It actually happened prior to May 1st. Cedricus Dumas, who fought at 314 per chance or around that time, was arrested for armed robbery and many other things. Not an uncommon occurrence for him. He's a bit of a Dumas. Oh, God, it hurts to laugh a little bit. I'm not going to lie. He was arrested for armed robbery of a house as well. Not even like a store or something. Robbed them. Assault and battery as well, I believe. Or maybe just battery. I think just battery, not assault. Anyways. News broke on May 1st or 2nd about his arrest. And, the police were saying where they found him. And this cements my claims that this man is a Dumas. He was hiding in a dog crate in their backyard. So I guess he hears the police enter the house, and then his first thought is, naturally I have to get out. But then there was a fence, couldn't get out, and he decides the dog crate. They're not going to find me in here. I bet you he started barking too. The cops broke in there. And he goes, why did I do it? Why did I bark? I don't know. I'm going to skip over the fight night that happened because I did my prediction video. We all watched it. I don't think I'm going to do breakdowns after the fact. We all saw it. Everybody else does a breakdown. I might at some point get into breaking down the card that happened, but I don't know. I usually want Sunday to be my off, chilled day. Valid? I think so. However, speaking of cards, this was a 2-week-old card, but I wrote this down because it actually isn't news. It's just something I thought of. Ian Garry might save the welterweight division. This weekend, UFC 315, headlined by welterweights Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena. I almost said Sean Brady. I don't really care. I like JDM. He's a finisher. He got good power. I think he's going to beat Belal. I'm not the biggest JDM fan. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like Ian Garry. All right? I'm not saying he's going to save welterweight division because he's like, this guy's awesome. No. I fucking hate this guy. But it's better than Belal, remember the decision. All right, guys? Hey, guy. I don't care. I just don't care. He's a good dude. I'm sure he's a nice person. But as a fighter, I don't care to see him fight. I'm not that interested in his fights. And I think that that's a problem. I just saw, I think Dana White's cousin on Instagram, posted the seating floor plan where you can buy tickets on Ticketmaster for $315. Dude, it's like 50% sold. Now, I'm sure it's actually fully sold out. They're just resold tickets, but come on, Belal. What are we? Even if if it's actually 50% sold, we have fallen off, which does perfectly lead into my next news story, which is actually not in chronological order, but it's something people have been talking about for the last week or so, a few days, which is not the 100 men versus 1 gorilla. It's the UFC's promotional problem. And I thought, you know what? I got pretty upset about this talking with my dad. So I figured I would add it into the YouTube video here. Dude, what are we doing? Boxing is clearing UFC in terms of promotion. And it's not even close, dude. All UFC promotion is coming from fans who make shit for free. I follow the Gladiator Hub on Instagram. I think they have a TikTok as well they post more on. Why did my monitors just shut off? I don't know. I'm actively recording. That kind of threw me off a little bit. The Gladiator Hub on Instagram and TikTok, dude, these are some of the best edits I've ever seen in my entire life. They give you the breakdown of what's going to, not the breakdown, but like they show you this, like Joe Rogan talking about this guy talking about this guy, this guy talking about this guy, and then it shows like clips of his finishes. The UFC Instagram page is god awful. I just seen a meme from it by THD, bro. I don't want to see Nina Drama doing a little dance on the UFC Instagram page. And I don't want to see random clips, like 10 post clips of, here's everybody on this card who got a finish. I don't care. It doesn't go, wow, I can't wait to see that guy. Maybe it did, back in the 2000s. But right now, it doesn't work like that. I'm not getting excited by seeing, oh my God, Corey Sandhagen got a finish once in his career. Bilal Muhammad knocked out Sean Brady. That's his only finish, actually. But we're still going to post it and act like he's an exciting fighter. I don't care. I don't want to see that. Show me what these guys are saying about this fighter. Show me what Joe Rogan has to say on his podcast. Oh, this guy, he always does it. Right? Show me what DC's saying. Show me what Chael Sonnen's saying. Don't just, I don't understand why the UFC is, so, I don't even know. They're so profit-driven, but they're not even attempting to make a profit. They know that they have the market cornered, so they don't have to do shit. And so they don't. Fuck, man. Anyways. Rant over. I just think we do really need better promotion from the UFC. Oh. And this promotion of when you go on Fight Pass and before the stream starts, you see Eileen Perez talking for a bit about her fights, and then O'Day Osborne coaching college kids in football. I know that's not what it's always been, but that's what it is right now. Bro. It's the most boring thing. It doesn't make me go, I want to see Eileen Perez fight. I don't want to see O'Day Osborne fight. I don't care. It doesn't make me want to watch them fight. It just shows me that they're decent people. We continue. Joel Alvarez, who was scheduled for UFC 315, finished every single one of his 22, maybe 23 wins. I can actually check it. He has finished every single one of his 22 wins, and he's only been to decision one time, and it was a loss. He's 22-3. And his only time going to decision, he lost. Only once. 25 fights, he went to decision one time. Bilal Muhammad could learn a thing. Anyways, he was scheduled to fight Benoit Saint-Denis, BSD, at UFC 315. I think he broke his hand or something. I heard a hand injury. I saw one place that he had a hand injury, and that was it. But allegedly, hand injury for Joel Alvarez. Pulls out against Benoit Saint-Denis, which sucks because that was an amazing fight. That was arguably the best fight on the card. What else is there? Jose Aldo fighting Ayman Zahabi. I don't want to see Mike Malott fight Charles Radke. I don't care. I'm a bad MMA fan, bro. But it's true. These guys don't excite me like that, bro. Like that. No. Joel Alvarez out. Benoit Saint-Denis gets a new opponent. I really should have written his name down. Benoit Saint-Denis gets a new opponent in Kyle Propolic. That hit the mic. I'm going to try that one again. Benoit Saint-Denis gets a new opponent in Kyle Propolic. I think that was better. Oh no, okay, I was going to say. Yeah, Benoit is a minus 1,000 favorite. I mean, bro. fuck, man. Like, I was so excited to see Joel Alvarez. He was going to get a knockout. It was going to be crazy. Benoit Saint-Denis was not finishing Joel Alvarez. He wasn't even taking the decision naturally. But now he has to fight Kyle Perpolik, who, I mean, let's be honest, Benoit is knocking out in 45 seconds flat. But, like, dude, I don't care about this fight. The guy's 0-2 in the UFC, got cut, fought. He's Canadian, Kyle Perpolik. Maybe, you know, the blood of the true North, because we're in Montreal, will flow through him, and the Frenchies will go, oh, let's try again. And the Frenchies will go, brother, this guy gotta get the knockout. This guy gotta get a knockout, man. Brother, this guy gotta get a knockout. He gonna knock out Benoit Saint-Denis, brother. And then Benoit Saint-Denis is gonna walk in, and I wonder who will get cheered in this fight. The Canadian, who's 0-2 in UFC, or Benoit Saint-Denis, who's French. We're in French Canada. Who knows? Anyways, where was I? Oh, yes. I don't care about this fight. I don't want to see it. I'm going to see it, and I'm going to be happy with it, because that's all we're fucking getting. Anyways. I also, on Saturday, speaking of fights that I don't like, mentioned Petr Yan versus Marcus McGee. I believe that Petr Yan confirmed the rumors. I did read this. Who knows if it's true or not. But why? I ranted about it for like so long last week. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you make this fight? It's whatever. If you want to watch my rant on that, you can skip to the end. I think it was the main event, during the main event breakdown of Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. If you want my whole rant on why Marcus McGee versus Petr Yan is a dog shit fight to make, go watch that. I'm gonna add the card. It's like here. It should be like right here. We continue. We're still on the fights getting scheduled train here. Mateusz Gamrot recently was scheduled to fight Ludovic Klein. I like Gamrot for that fight, actually. I do think he's going to win that. I don't like Gamrot as a fighter, though. I think he's a little bit boring. Ludovic Klein, fun. I honestly couldn't tell you a fight he's been in. So, immemorable, but it's okay. I'll probably remember this one. Where are we? Oh, yeah, I see Gamrot getting the nod in that fight. It'll probably be a good one. But I did, went in a little bit of a rabbit hole here. And I heard, because Armin's been talking a lot of shit recently. He's saying he's next for the lightweight title. He said if Belal wins, Islam is going to stay at lightweight and fight Ilya. But if JDM wins, Islam is going to move up to fight JDM, vacate. Ilya is going to fight Arman Tsarukyan for the title. So I think this guy's a little bit full of shit. All right? Hate to, spread a little hate, but there's just no way. It's Charles or Islam. We know this because they're both training for camps to happen on June 28th, as well as Ilya is. I do think that they're waiting for the victor of this fight. I think if Belal wins, Ilya versus Islam. If JDM wins, it'll be Islam versus... if JDM wins, it'll be Islam versus JDM and Ilya versus Charles. I don't think it's going to be Arman. He doesn't deserve it. He has to fight again. I don't even know who he's going to fight, but I know he's not going to fight, and that's Mateusz Gamrot, because I did hear that Mateusz Gamrot... Arman Tsarukyan rejected the fight against Mateusz Gamrot. I think he probably thinks he's above it. You're not, buddy. All right? Get in there. Fight Gamrot. For the second time, question mark? You're not above it. Get in there. Fight Gamrot for the second time. If you win, you got a title. But no, he wants to go, I deserve a title. You don't deserve a title. You pulled out day of because you're flirting with Nina Drama too hard in front of her boyfriend. It's true. So, Armin, you're a bitch. Speaking of people, talking a lot of shit, Armin. Let's get to Julianna Peña. Why do we keep giving Julianna Peña a microphone? I'm trying to rack my brain to figure out why. She says the most outrageous things whenever she has a microphone in front of her. We just strip that away from her. I like Julianna Peña. But as of right now, I don't. For two reasons. She's in the news twice in 1 week. Firstly, she claimed that Amanda Nunes, I think we knew Amanda Nunes was coming back. I believe that they said it at the press conference at 3:14. The 3:15 press conference at 3:14. Amanda Nunes was there. I think that she said that she's going to come back and fight the winner. I don't know if this is true. I think she said that she's going to come back. I don't remember if she said she's going to fight the winner of Fiorot and Valentina or what she said. I remember she said she's coming back, though. They're not even in the same weight class. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways. Julianna Peña said that if she were to beat Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes is not coming back. I think that is outrageous. You beat Amanda Nunes one time. And let's be honest, it was good. It was good. Was it lucky? Extremely. All right? It's still, you're cool. You beat her. However, she came back in her next fight and beat you. By the way, wasn't it like a 50-42? I think she 50-42'd you. Not even a 50-44, 50-43. 3 10-8 rounds? That's probably not true. I don't remember what the actual thing was. I think it might have been a 50-44. But we're calling it a 50-42 because I don't like her. She 50-42'd you. And you're acting like Amanda Nunes is afraid of you. Like she's running from you. And that, oh, if I win the title, she's not coming back. Because she doesn't want this. She doesn't want this smoke. Bullshit, she doesn't want that smoke. She will destroy you again. She'll destroy you 9 times out of 10. You got lucky one time with a rear naked choke that had no hooks. It's all right. But she keeps talking. Julianna Peña keeps talking. And she mentioned Kayla Harrison. She's going to beat Kayla Harrison. But in case she doesn't, I'm going to throw out an excuse right now. They had a fighter meeting thing. And then there was like a seminar. And then there was like a little break. And then after the seminar was an anti-doping seminar. And Amanda Nunes, she went to the first seminar. She sees, oh, there's Kayla Harrison. I'm going to fight her soon. Oh, well, I should keep tabs and think of look at how she's feeling during these seminars. Oh, okay. Well, it's lunchtime. I'll come back to the anti-doping thing. Oh, I'm at the anti-doping thing, but there's no Kayla Harrison. She claims that Kayla Harrison skipped the anti-doping seminar. For what reason? It's not like skipping it makes it allowed for you to dope, right? I mean, why does it matter? But this was on the Ariel Helwani show that she claimed this. And Ariel says, well, are you sure it was just her that skipped it, or was it like 4 or 5 people? And Julianna Peña says, I don't know. I feel like she didn't actually play the clip. This is on the Ariel Helwani show. And Ariel replies to this claim that Kayla Harrison skipped the steroid seminar and says, well, are you sure it was just her that skipped it, or was it maybe 4 or 5 people? And then Julianna Peña says, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I thought I saw this as soon as I woke up this morning, and I was in the shower, and I was going, what? What do you mean maybe it is, maybe it isn't? You told me a fact that Julianna Peña, that Kayla Harrison was not there. And then you got pressed about it, and you go, What? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Why are you being vague now? You just said for fact that she skipped the seminar, and then when you got pushed even a little bit, it reminds me of that Joe Rogan clip. I keep bringing him up. I guess he's a partner of the UFC. It reminds me of the Joe Rogan clip. I can't remember his name. Whatever. He's talking to the guy who coaches that Ninth Planet, and the guy says, what does he say? Like 100,000 kids get kidnapped every year. Joe Rogan goes, "Is that true?" And goes, "I don't know." That's how I feel about Julianna Peña. I'm cutting that whole thing. Why would you tell me something that you're like, I'm certain that this happened, and then when you're remotely pressed about it, you go, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. You just lied. You just got caught in a lie. And you didn't even try and you could have just said no. You could have just said no. 5 other people did not skip Ariel Helwani. Only Kayla Harrison did. Or you could have said, yeah, it was 5 other people, but Kayla Harrison was one of them. You just said maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. That just immediately tells me that you were not telling the truth. For what reason? Who is to know? We continue. Yuri Prochazka is at Ryzen FC. Well, he's not, but he was. He and Mark the Hammer Coleman did a little drum. I don't know if Coleman was drumming. And the video I saw only showed it only showed Yuri. What a fun little time. I'm so glad that they had this. I don't know what the event was or why it was special or anything enough to have them come out and start the drums, but I'm glad it happened. It was so fun. Play the clip. We had some cuts this past week, 3 important ones. Well, 2 important ones and then one that's kind of like, yeah. Well, I guess 2 that are kind of like, yeah, and then 1 important one. Brad Tavares. Longtime UFC vet. What? Many, many years. I don't know how many. Well, crazy amount of years. Just beat Gerald Meerschaert. And now he's gone. Cut from the UFC. I probably retired, maybe. I don't know. I can't see. I mean, it wasn't the best fight, but I can't see why they cut him. He's a longtime UFC vet. So, he's gone. Won't be seeing him again. Probably retired. Let's be honest here. We continue. Ivana Petrovic. Shocker. You lost to mouth breather Miller. Saw that one coming from a mile away. And Dontel Mays lost to every single fat shit heavyweight there is on the entire roster. Finally, he's out of the sport. Thank God. Get a job at Walmart. They're hiring, I heard. And finally, we end with May 7th, 2025. There's 2 big news things. Firstly, Robert Whittaker is rumored to be fighting against Rainier de Ridder. Probably going to be at IFW, International Fight Week. Rainier de Ridder, keep him active. Just got a 2nd round finish over Bo Nickel. Didn't take much damage in that fight either. He was kind of on the gas the entire fight. Easy clap for him. Very impressive as well because Bo Nickel had never lost before and he was a very hot prospect. So his stock, Rainier de Ridder's stock is through the roof right now, and a win over Robert Whittaker could easily put him in title contention. I think it probably will put him in title contention. I like RDR. I think him versus Dricus du Plessis would be the goofiest fight. That's all people have been talking about since his fight with Bo Nickel. I mean, these guys, I think the Dutch have plot armor, I think that the Dutch have plot armor. You look back to Viking times, them were Dutch sometimes. Those guys were Dutch sometimes. Plot armor, dude. The Vikings had plot armor, and it extended into the South African Dutchman, Dricus du Plessis, and the regular Dutchman, Rainier de Ridder. What a great fight, though, as well. I don't think that would be a boring fight at all. I would love to see that if he can beat Robert Whittaker at potentially International Fight Week. Robert Whittaker, on the other hand, coming off a loss, early submission against Khamzat Chimaev. Who's shocked there? I mean, Khamzat's a fucking killer, dude. His jaw, dislocated. The front 3 teeth were, pushed back into his mouth. It was really disgusting. Lots of blood. He tapped almost immediately. And I think it happened in the first round. He did survive a little bit, but as soon as Chimaev got the choke in, he tapped. obviously because the jaw broke and dislocated and shit. But would love to see him get back in the win column. I think a big win here would be very impressive and very useful in the furthering of his career at the middleweight division. And I'm happy to see Rob Whittaker get back into title contention with a win over Reiner de Ritter. We do need to see Hamzat, though, fight for a title before any of these guys. And we get to the final story of the day. Alex Pereira is leaving the UFC. Not true. He did post on his Twitter. I saw it while I was driving. I saw it while I was parked in a parking lot and not driving. That Alex Pereira had tweeted saying, you know, I've done good by the UFC. Every time that they've called, I've answered. If they wanted me to fill in for short notice, I have. I mean, this guy saved 303 as a champion, no less. Not even like a prelim fight or something. Filled in on 2-3 weeks notice for Conor as a champion against Yuri Prochazka. He said, you know what? I've done all this for the UFC, and I was already starting to think about stepping away. And he says, the news that I heard today makes me think that it's time for me to go. And everyone went, I mean, you can't have Alex Pereira leaving. This is our superstar right now. This is our biggest fighter, I think, right now. And he's just going to step away? Dude, we would be in dismay. However, he posted later in the day a video of him going, oh, I can't do a Brazilian accent. Guys, he said it in Portuguese, I think. I didn't even see the video because I was parked and not driving. Guys, the UFC, my Twitter was hacked, guys. I'm doing French again. He says that his Twitter was hacked. And he did not post that. Alex, you're like 41. You just lost. You're probably feeling like you want to leave. So I believe that first tweet was real. However, I bet you the UFC called him and went, we'll pay you this much money, millions, I'm sure, and give you the rematch. And he said, okay. And they said, how are you going to fix this? And he said, I'll just tell them I got hacked. They'll believe me, which I don't. However, I have no problem with this. I want him to stick around. I want him to be champion. It brings, new fans to the sport. He's a massive star. This guy's everywhere. Shama! Right? What a banger. Anyways, I want to see that rematch ASAP, Rocky. Put him on IFW. Probably not. Maybe August. Abu Dhabi, September, October. Honestly, Abu Dhabi, Islam versus JDM, hopefully. Main event. Co-main event. Would Alex Pereira take top billing over Islam? That's a great question because Islam is very popular as well. Popular? Anyways, that'll do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it does really support my channel. I am kind of sick. I will try and get that fight card prediction video out by Friday. And we're leaving tomorrow in 12 hours for Montreal. If you're a viewer of this video, remember my face. Oh, if you're a viewer of this video and you're going to UFC 315, remember my face. I hope to see you there. I did. You know what? A lot of Canadian MMA people that I follow are not going to this. I don't know why. I mean, it's in Canada. It's not like even a dude from Montreal that I follow, Jay Comedy, he's not going. He just messaged me. Dark Horse MMA, not going. Why are we not going? I'm the only guy going. And some dude on Verdict who keeps asking people to fight him. No idea what that's about. Anyways, That'll do it for this video. I already said my piece. Probably going to cut that there, put it right here. Boom. I don't know if it played. If it did play, why am I still talking? It would end the video.